And hi, and welcome to Communication 4107. I'm Professor Lonnie J. Avi Brooks, and this is the course Relational Communication in Organizations, Designing for Strategic Innovation and Futures Thinking. Basically, we're going to explore personal, public, and professional organizations undergoing rapid change. And we're going to use two basic time frames, one from the deep past and one from the hypothetical deep future. And we're going to look at, what does it take to design strategic conversations to reshape the organizational present, to help accelerate effective change, to make issues that matter, and how do we help have a great in-depth and effective conversation about them. And this is something that you can bring to every organization that you go to, as an employer, as an entrepreneur, as an employee, as a leader. And, so that's really important. We're going to look at organizational pathologies and healthy communication. We're going to look at case studies in the present. And specifically, we're going to look at how do you reframe an organization to meet rapid change. So our textbooks are going to include Reframing Organizations by Lee Bowman and Terrence Steele, Moments of Impact by Chris Ertel, and Clock Along Now by Stuart Brand. So these texts are really important, and also we'll have a small online reader of excerpts from examples of the deep future. Now our deep case study of the past will look at briefly in a couple of weeks or so, for a couple of weeks that is, about the Norse settlement of Greenland and tying it back to organizational case studies in the present, of course, too. It really only matters to look back at the past as it informs the future, because we can't do anything about what happened in the past, but we can certainly learn from the past. And so how the Norse settled Greenland, how they didn't get along with their neighbors, and how they did almost everything that you could wrong, but at the same time lasted for 400 years. So they didn't do they weren't all bad. But how, what are the strategic conversations that they needed to have and didn't have to make their civilization last? And then we're also going to look at the deep future. And, with Mars and The Martian with Matt Damon about to be released soon, we're going to look at, what does it take to govern and organize a space habitat or space colony? Because, we're going to look at it to really have fun and tinker around with what's possible in governance and organizational relationships. To look at something from fresh eyes, from a radically different perspective, as if we're planning a settlement on Mars or a settlement in a space habitat that circles the Earth. I think I want to have fun and kind of rethinking organizations and relationships from a radically different perspective. And so, being on another planet or being in space might help us to see our great planet Earth and its relationships much better. Okay, so I'm looking forward to talking to you and having really good, insightful discussion and commentary and insights based on our reading. And so I look forward to joining with you in that, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.